What's up, you guys? It's 3 Stacks. I'm super duper excited. Scoot up a little bit. Really excited today. So of course you already know I took my Heralds and I did really good. I did really good, but it wasn't as good as I did last time. I actually barely made the top 8 cut. I got 7th place, but nonetheless, it was really good. Like just the day I had was really good. I played a lot of interesting decks. It's just amazing how the format has just become basically a Zodiac-like format. I've been seeing Zodiacs a lot. I have seen, people trying to tweak with the Wind Witches. I played a lot of lawn mowing decks also. But today, I was able to do really good. The main thing I'm going for is I always want to top consistently. I want Team King of Games to always top. And this is I don't know how many weeks, but I have not missed a single top in the past, man, because last week. This is like the 7th week in a row that I've topped. 7th or 8th week in a row that I've just topped. Like, I'm always topping now. This deck is really powerful. And you guys should definitely check out my other variations on Heralds. I have done a variation of Herald of Perfection. Totally awesome. If you guys have never seen a Herald of Perfection deck that can make totally awesome, stuff like Herald of Perfection, Infinity, Shark, Toad, check it out. I was actually able to create a deck that could do that. That's just part of my creativity. I've ran Herald of Perfection Artifacts. I actually took that build to regionals January 14th, and I got top 64, 62nd place with that build. And check out all my other builds. I have so many different Herald builds. I have a Counter Fairy. If you guys are interested in Counter Fairies, I've done a Herald of Perfection Counter Fairy build. I have taken this deck to the furthest heights of its potential and back. The only variation I haven't tried is the Ties of the Brethren. And the only reason why I haven't tried that is simply for this reason. It's already been tried before. Everything I do with my Herald is just nothing but fresh innovation. I don't ever want to do a build that somebody else has already done. So the only reason why I don't do Herald Ties of Brethren is because it's already been done before. I may test it out and see how good it is, but I just feel like there's no need for me to share that deck idea with you guys because somebody already has. But without further ado, let's hop right into this main deck. So we're still doing the standard triple Herald, triple Pom Pom Girl, and one Natasha. Natasha is really powerful. If you guys watched my previous Herald of Perfection deck profile when I top 8'd at the UDS event, you guys basically you guys understand how broken this chick is and how she really helps you going into time, gaining those life points, grind it out. You make a Herald, you make Natasha. They can't attack Herald. They have to get over him by card effects. And you negate the card effects with Herald. It's a really powerful lockdown. All you need to do is stall for 1 turn, maybe 2 maximum, but naturally 1 turn, and you can OTK. Really incredible. And in addition to that, she lets you take control of your opponent's monsters. So anything that would be problematic for you, it becomes problematic for them because you take it. Stealing stuff like, for example, Crystal Wing. You can bait out Crystal Wing's effect to negate and then bring out Natasha, steal their Crystal Wing. Stuff like that. It's just really incredible. Natasha puts in a lot of work. I think she's a very powerful card. And her being level 5, it does help me to make Ultimate Zokin. So that comes up. And then, of course, my favorite engine, Staff and Throne. So I was running my scale. I ran my scale for like a week. And then I took it out for this new spell. I couldn't find anything else to take out. So I decided to take out my Star Seraph scale just to test out the Foolish Burial Goods. So that's why you guys don't see my scale right now. And then, of course, we're running a double Honest because Honest is too good in this deck. I feel that having the ability to attack over virtually anything, just being able to attack over anything regardless of its firepower is really incredible. And then one Manju. And to sum up the monsters, I am now main decking 2 Maxis. Naturally, I was side decking these, but now I'm main decking them because just in my personal experiences with all these decks that I've been playing against, it doesn't matter, even though my deck is geared to going first, it doesn't matter if I'm going first and I get this Max C because they special summon way too much. Like Zodiacs, special way too much. And the fact of the matter is, when I have Max C in my opening hand, I'm able to basically interrupt their push by not only Max C'ing them, but as they're special summoning, I'm drawing into fairies and negating their plays with my Herald. So this just basically is ammunition and, yeah, pretty much ammunition for my Herald of Perfection. Just allows me to draw more fairies for more negates or let me draw those combo pieces so that, if they try to push, it's going to be very difficult if they take the Max C challenge when they're trying to push because not only am I getting all this advantage on them, but I'm also able to guard my own self by stopping their most beneficial and important plays. That's what I stop with Herald. Stuff that isn't a threat to me, I don't waste a negate on it. And when you have this board right here, and they're pushing under a max C, it's gonna be really hard for them because now they have to find some generic card effect to get over this board because they can't attack because of Natasha they can't attack, and they're going to basically have to discard your entire hand full of fairies, make you negate all of them. But the thing is, in addition to all the fairies that you already got going first, because this deck is some advantage, the Max C is giving you even more fairies. Like this happened 3 times today where it's just like Max C just really killed them. Where they thought, oh hey, I've got Utopia the Lightning, I can just push, but the Max C it really was a problem because I drew into all these fairies, and when it's able to negate all kinds of crazy plays. And then for spells, we're running still 3 Pot of Desires. I call this the sauce. It's just too broken. And then these are the best +1s. And luckily, I'm able to run 3 of each. Even though you can only activate 1 per turn, virtually you're running 3 of each because you want to see them in every single opening hand. These are your really powerful +1s. This deck has a lot of pluses and a lot of advantage. And then 3 copies of Las Vegas because it's a very powerful spell. It's your grind game synergy. It's your search for days. Recycle, Monster Reborn, bring back your Herald, bring back your stick, your chair, whatever you gotta do, just do it. Another cool thing that actually did come up with the Max C is I actually had to tribute one of my chairs and a Max C to summon my Herald. And if I didn't have the Max C's in the main today, I actually wouldn't have been able to make that Herald that got me the game. And I just banished Dawn and added Max C back to my hand and put them under that Max C next turn. So it really was good. Like I think from now on, I'm just gonna main the Max C's. Only reason why I haven't main deck Max C's in the past is because my deck is geared for going first, and Max C literally does nothing for you in your opening turn when you draw your 5 cards. But it's really it's a necessity now because of Zodiacs. And then double terraforming. This is just your 2 extra ritual sanctuaries, and it also just loads your grave with spells. Loading your graveyard with spells is really important for this deck. And 3 Dawn. These are the only commons of the deck. The only thing like I can't change. I wish it was supers. Then it would be 0 commons, but these are the only non-hollows. Everything else is shiny. And then we've got a double instant ramen because it's just too good. This at 3, it was a necessity in my Herald of Perfection Totally Awesome build, but in this deck, I just like 2 because I feel the need to have access to instant fusion more than once a game. And there are times when I actually resolve 3 just by recycling it into my main deck with Ritual Sanctuary and just drawing it back again with all the draw power of the deck. I like it a lot, and so I actually fix up my extra deck to have more than just 1 target for it. So yeah, double instant fusion, it really is good. It helps you for your push. Like for example, when you have your Ritual Sanctuary, you have stick, right? You normal summon stick, you search your chair, play instant fusion, you make fairy chair go, detach stick, draw a card, and then use Ritual Sanctuary, bring back scepter, stick chair first turn, plus the draw, all the crazy pluses. And for one of starting off with this incredible, really powerful spell, Foolish Burial Goods. I'm testing this out, and it really did put in a lot of work for me today. So what this does for my deck, basically, it sends Metal Force Fusion, or it sends Machine Angel Ritual, or basically any other spell that would be dead. But the best way to basically get advantage off of this, you can plus off of this by playing Foolish Burial Goods. Send Metal Force Fusion from your deck to grave, put it back into the deck, draw. Recycle this Ritual Sanctuary, activate it again, send your Metal Force Fusion. Or if you're trying to protect your Herald, you can play this, dump Machine Angel Ritual, and so if they try to kill your Herald, you can banish this from grave instead, like Return of the Dragon Lords. So I'm testing the Foolish Burial Goods out. I think it really is a good spell in the deck, and I'm definitely going to keep it. And so these are starting up the 1-ups. Really broken spells, and the fact that you just keep recycling this and always have the advantage, for that plus with Ritual Sanctuary or this. So essentially you have now 6 copies of a spell that can just basically tutor the Metal Force Fusion into the grave so that you can just draw. You've got 2 Terraforming, the 3 Ritual Sanctuary, and this now. So Metal Force Fusion is live a lot more often. It's really powerful. I do need the draw power because that 1 card I get, it could be that Deep Barrier, that Strike, that Vanities, that 1 card that completes my board so that I can just win. And regular prep, Upstart, Raigeki, and Soul Charge. Now all of these spells, even though they're 1-ups, Ritual Sanctuary recycles any spells at all. So all of your spells are always going to be live, and you can resolve spells that are at 1 multiple times. No other deck can do that. That's one of the benefits that I love about Herald of Perfection, is that the Ritual Sanctuary allows you to do stuff nobody else can do. Nobody can Raigeki more than once. Nobody can Soul Charge more than once. It's crazy stuff like that. Nobody can Upstart more than once because they're all at 1, but my deck can. And starting with traps, we have double D barrier, double strike, one warning, and Vanity's emptiness. Now this trap lineup is different from my previous trap lineup, but these are necessities in the main deck now. So essentially I'm just running these 6 traps, and if I draw any of these traps, it almost guarantees game. So the only traps that I run in my deck are the deadly ones. Like you have this, any of these traps, all you need to do is draw one. So every time you draw a trap individually, if you just draw a trap, it's gonna be good no matter what. Extra deck, we've got Ultimate Zolkin and Crystal Wing, and now we can make this more consistently with Sea Monster of Thesis. He's a level 5 tuner. It was easier to make him when I was running Galaxy Soldiers. Now I just use my Natasha, my Cyber Angel Natasha, and him. Make Zolkin, make Crystal Wing, use Cyber Angel Natasha's effect, bring her back from the grave, take control of the monster. And if you guys are wondering about the Galaxy Soldiers, so what I did, I pretty much just took them out of this deck and put them into another project. You guys are going to see that very soon. It's my, I upgraded my ABCs and make them more powerful because I'm going to run them. Basically, I'm gonna run them until they get hit because I have a feeling they're gonna get hit on the next ban list. So I just want to enjoy my ABCs while they're still at full power. So I took the Galaxy Soldiers out of my Heralds and put them in there. So that is pretty much the reason. But even though Galaxy Soldier was good, it did give me space for Max C's and the dimensional barriers. And then Elder Entity Norden, and my final instant fusion target is Thousand Eyes Restrict. So I have 3 targets for the 2 instant fusions, and these all come up in different scenarios. Norden is the one who's live all the time, but this is your way to make Zolkin. There's a lot of different ways I've been able to make Zolkin in the past. When I was running Herald of Orange Light, but the deck, it's always going through changes. So you guys can look at all of my Herald of Perfection deck profiles, and you guys can see the evolution of this deck and how it's just got better and better and progressed. So like I've done extreme playtesting with this deck, and this is the Utopia package. I've said this plenty of times. You make Utopia the Lightning, Utopia the Beyond, it's OTK, and these are just basically just benefits. And then we've got pretty much your Star Seraph XYZ plays, Daigusa Emerald, Fairy Cheer Girl, and Starleech Paladynamo. So essentially, as far as the extra deck, I always make this like every game, and Utopia the Beyond, he comes up from time to time. Instant Fusion, I'm always making these, so these are like all the time. Like I make these a lot. Crystal Wing, I made him twice today, but every time I made him, I didn't even need him. It was for style points, just to basically overkill. I'm not gonna lie, in a way, some people may take it as disrespectful when you already have basically one and you just overdo it, but I pretty much did it so that people know that you're not supposed to be messing with Heralds, and if you think they're weak, I'm gonna basically make you a believer now. So that's the extra deck. And this one dude, I made him a believer out of that Natasha. I bet that. He's never going to look at her the same after today. Tokens, just because I can. Some of these tokens were actually won, like as prize cards. Well, this guy, this was a prize card. I made this homemade. And I have another token. I can't find it, but I got the other token I have from topping as well. And side deck, 3 raw spear modes. I was finally able to get the 3rd one. This just breaks any board no matter how you look at it. There's no way around this. If you flip Vanity's Emptiness, it doesn't matter. So this is like probably the best side decking card right now. And then 2 lava golems. So these pretty much, because kaijus don't always get rid of all the problems. If you have a kaiju in hand, you get rid of a problem, but a lot of people make too many problems at once. So I like having these guys because they essentially just break boards. And then I am side decking a full-fledged kaiju engine now. So I basically, like I told you guys, my deck is geared for going first. So everything in my side deck now becomes dedicated to going second. So let's say, for example, I go first, right? I win the first game. Going second, I already know, me going second, I already know they're going to make this huge established board that I can't break that board with Herald of Perfection. And stick chair might not always be enough. So I'm side decking the raw spear modes because when they make stuff like Crystal Wing, Siegfried, Hope, Harbinger, Titanic Galaxy, flip that Vanity's Emptiness, you clear the entire board with 1 card. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, you guys. But yeah, you clear that entire board with 1 card, which is very, very powerful. And so the Kaiju Inju, it pretty much does the same thing, except, when they have something like Vanity's Emptiness up, you can't do this. But this does break any board virtually. And the 3 Slumbers, essentially, this is like another Dark Hole, and I am running the 2 Dark Holes to complement it. So it's pretty much like you have 5 dark holes. You consider your Raigeki, you have 6 board wipes. And this is a board wipe, that's a board wipe. The Kaijus themselves are board wipes. And really, I'm just running these as targets for my my interrupted Kaiju Slumber. Like I play this, I'm more likely just gonna bring out Gamecill and the sticky strings. And these are pretty much, I like just having these. When you have this in hand, I'd rather have this Kaiju in hand than any other, because he's a level 7 and he's Earth. So like, for example, when they have the Earth Barrier statue, you know, like you could just get right over that. Or when you're playing a deck that makes rank 8s, he's a level 7. So I like him a lot. But like if you know, like if you're planning on resolving interrupted Kaiju Slumber, like for example, you have 2 in hand and you want to resolve it twice, you just play it like this, bring this out. And then the second time you play it like this and bring these out. It's a rare occasion when I ever do banish the Kaiju Slumber to search for a Kaiju. Because I much rather prefer to keep at least two in my main deck to resolve the Slumber multiple times. But you know, it does come up where you're just like, you know what, I just need to banish this because I need that Kaiju right now. So that's another portion of the side deck basically. So everything is just board wipes. These board wipes, these board wipes, these board wipes, board wipe, and one twin. It came up, and I was like, you know what, Dinko Sekas, they're powerful, but like the format's changing and people just aren't running like trap decks like Paleozoics and anti-meta. Like I ran into anti-meta barrier statues. That's what kind of had me like sticking to side deck and Dinkos. But this is going to be my side deck for the format. I really like it a lot. This literally won me, like, actually, out of my 5 games, this won me 4 of them, which was basically me side decking. If I didn't have my side deck built the way it is, I would not have been able to win. I wouldn't have been able to break the boards that they made because they just made some impressive stuff. So I feel that my side deck, it really does contribute to a large portion of my success. And so, yeah, that's it for now, you guys. I'm always showcasing the Heralds because I'm always working on them. Tell me what you guys think. And if you guys agree with the new edition of Foolish Burial Goods, if you guys think it's a good card, or if you think, hey, you could cut this for something better, just give me your honest opinion. I may take it in consideration, I may not, you never know, but just keep it real with me, keep it 100. God bless you guys, be safe. Stay tuned for Lawn Mowing Infernoids, we got that coming up. We got DDDs at full power coming up, and we got my ABC deck that I'm working on. I'm going to showcase that to you guys. So, yeah, thank you so much, and you guys have a blessed night, and I'll be seeing you soon.